Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is a good day, always, the Lord has made. So welcome to MJ Budgets, where I am getting out of debt, planning for the future, and planning for retirement. This is where today I want to show you actually 6 steps on how to create a budget. Yeah, it takes commitment and consistency in order to actually have a plan in place. So I just want to write down 6 things that you can do to start creating a budget. First of all, you have to ask yourself, why do I need to sit down and do this? Because when we discipline ourselves in many areas of our life, we discipline ourselves to get up and go to work every morning. We train our children up the way they should go. And another thing is we gotta train our money where to go. We gotta let our money know where it needs to go instead of it telling us what it needs to do. So that's something y'all are interested in. We're gonna go ahead and get started with that. So if you're looking to create a personal budget, you have to start with these 6 things. And you want some structure in your finances. You got to have that structure because most people need some way of seeing where their money go and is going every month. A budget can help you feel more in control of your finances and make it easier to save money for your goals. It really is. And the trick is to figure out a way to track your finances that works for you, because everybody has a different story about their finances, and it's up to you what you want to do with those finances. So the first step to creating a budget, so we're going to put creating a budget. So the very first step, step 1, is to calculate your net income. Calculate your net income. And later on, I'll have a video of what I use as far as how I calculate my income. And I use this budget worksheet from the Budget Mom, and I'll actually show you how to calculate your net income from your paycheck. You have a gross, which you tithe from, and then you have your net. This is the foundation of an effective budget, and it is called your net income. That's your take-home pay, your total wages or your salary minus deductions for taxes and employer-provided programs such as your retirement plans and health insurance. Focusing on your total salary instead of your net income could lead to overspending because you'll think you have more money available than you do. So you have to understand for the gross and the net, because the gross is before they take everything out, and then your net is after they take everything out. Okay, so you got to understand that part, because you don't have all that money to spend when you see that gross. A lot of people, when they see their check, they don't pay their bills first. And that's where a lot of people lose control of their spending. Is the first thing you got to do is pay your bills. Okay, so step number 2 is track your spending. You have to track your spending. Once you know how much money you have coming in, the next step is to figure out where it's going. Tracking and categorizing your expenses can help you determine what you are spending the most money on and where it might be easier to save. Begin by listing your fixed expenses. These are regular monthly bills such as your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your car payment. And then you list out your variable expenses, those that might change from month to month, such as your grocery, your gas, your fund money. This is an area where you might find opportunities to cut back. credit card and bank statements are a good place to start, since they often itemize and categorize your monthly expenditures. Record your daily spending with anything that's handy, a pen, a paper, an app, a smartphone. I have my, let me show y'all my tracker. So this is how I track mine. My tracker is from the Budget Mom, and everything that goes in my account, every movement, every day, I check it. Don't be scared to look at your bank account, your bank statement. Sit down and write it out so you can see it. I like to see it. Some people put it on like a spreadsheet on the computer, digital things, but I like pen and paper. So my expense tracking is what I start with, my starting balance, and then I track every movement of it, okay? So this month is a no spend month for me, where the only thing I'm spending money for is groceries and gas and my bills. And as you can see, I have categories that I have listed here and that I will highlight. And hopefully, prayerfully, that all this month you'll be seeing mostly, me just paying my bills. But anything that I have incoming is in the green, and anything that's blue is personal, and anything that's highlighted in orange is household, which is needed, and then the pink is all bills. So this is how I track my spending, okay? And so yeah, you have to take control, because if you write it down and see it, it's actually better for me. So step 3 is going to be, you got to set some realistic goals. So let's set realistic goals. Okay, before you start sifting through the information you've tracked, make a list of your short-term and long-term financial goals. I have in the front of my book, I have my financial goals. My financial goals for 2024. I have some short-term ones and I have some long-term ones. And that should take you around, your short term is something that'll take you 1 to 3 years to achieve. And this might include things like an emergency fund, paying down the debt of a credit card, just small things that can, will be paid off within a year or two. But your long-term goals, like which I'm focusing on soon as I get out of this debt, my long-term goal is retirement. Or it could be your child's education. You don't want your child being in debt. Make them understand what finances is at a young age. Remember, your goals don't have to be set in stone, but identify them that can help you, motivate you to stick to your budget. It's easier to cut spending if you know you're saving for a vacation, if you know you're saving for a big purchase, or like a house. If you know that those are realistic goals. That's why you see me doing the fund saving challenges that I have. Like, I have 2 different penny savings challenges for the year that I started in January. For me, I like doing it because it's fun. And at the end of the year, I'm going to actually be counting that here on my channel. And then we're going to add it all up and see what we have. And right now, my goal is to take that penny challenge, and I could spend it on me, but actually I just really want to get out of debt. So I don't know what debt I'll be putting it towards. Maybe my car, or maybe that last credit card I'm trying to pay off, which it may be going to that, most definitely. So you got to put in your mind, like, what are my realistic goals? What is it that I want short term? What is it that I want long term? The first thing that I focused on when I started this journey was to start a short-term goal, was to save that emergency fund. So now that I have that emergency fund saved, now I can do other things like focusing on paying off the debt, you know. And then the long-term goals will probably start next year. Okay, so step number 4, y'all, is going to be make a plan. Now, this is where everything comes together. What you're actually spending versus what you want to spend. Use the variable and the fixed expenses you compiled to get a sense of what you'll spend in the coming months. Then compare that to your net income and priorities. Priorities. Consider SMART. Have you ever heard that word, SMART? Consider specific and realistic goals. Spending limits for each category in your expenses. You got to set up your boundaries. There's like in my workbook, there's a budget and there's an actual. You have to make a budget. You have to tell yourself, what do I want to spend? You might choose to break down your expenses even further between things you need to have and the things you want to have. For an instance, if you drive to work every day, gas counts as a need. A monthly music subscription, however, may count as a want. Like, you don't have to have those subscriptions. You don't have to have Netflix. You don't have to have Hulu. You don't have to have all of them. Let them go for a year or two. They'll come back. They're going to always be there. You know what I'm saying? Just get internet and just stream. You know, there's a lot of free stuff that the streaming on internet offers, y'all. There's plenty of free different channels that that offers on that internet. Because that's all I have. I have not had cable in over 10 years. Yeah. And I love it. I love streaming. So the difference becomes important when you're looking for ways to redirect your money to your financial goals. So yeah, you have to make a plan for your money, y'all. It's just, you just have to make a plan. So step 5 is going to be, you're going to adjust your spending to stay on budget. Now that you have documented all your income and your spending, you can make any necessary adjustments so that you don't overspend and have money to put towards your goals. Look towards your wants as the first area for cuts. You know, do I really need this? Or do I want this? Or do I need it? You know, cut them out. Can you skip a movie night in favor of a movie at home? If you already adjust your spending on wants, take a closer look at your spending on your monthly payments. You know, on the things that you need. You can adjust that. You know, if the numbers still aren't adding up, look at adjusting your fixed expenses. There's nothing wrong with calling a gas company or a cable company or an insurance company to see if you can get things lowered, where you can cut back, where you can lower the cost of something. You know, it doesn't hurt to take a phone call and say, you know, I've been with y'all such and such, like your internet. If your internet has gone way up like mine, you know, I plan on calling them and say, hey, can I lower this bill? I've been with y'all for a long time. Or sometimes if you threaten them to leave, they'll give you a better rate. You know, they will. They'll give you a better rate. There's nothing wrong with picking up the phone and calling a company and say, hey, how can, you know, I get an adjustment? You know, I'm in a financial situation right now. You know, you just explain your situation, and you don't never know. You're going to either get a yes or you're going to get a no. And I don't think either one of them is going to hurt you. Remember, even small savings can add up to a lot of money. So you might be surprised on how much extra money you can accumulate, honey. Because let me tell you, when I sat down and I got my bank statement and I highlighted that stuff and I was like, okay, this can go, this can go, this can go. I actually saved $500 in 1 month. So, and then going on these no spends, y'all, that right there, I'm telling you, that extra money goes towards something. It goes towards a need, a need, not a need. Is it a need? Yeah, it goes towards a need and not a want. So I love doing the no spend months, and this is kind of we're turning down from the summer, and you really don't have a lot of things to do, just getting prepared for these upcoming months for like the different holidays that's coming up. So that's why for me, August and September I know for sure will be no spend, and probably October as well. Let's see, August, September, October will probably be a no spend months for me. There might be some treat me here and there in September, but August is strictly a no spend for me. So the last step that we're going to do in number 6 is you're going to review your budget regularly. Because if you don't, y'all, you can have things that, and you got to track it. You got to get up, and I get up every day and make sure in the morning and before I go to bed to make sure there's no movement in my account. Because once your budget is set, it's important to review it and your spending on a regular basis to be sure you are staying on track. Few elements of your budget are set in stone. You may get a raise, your expenses may change, or you may reach a goal and you want to plan for a new one. Whatever the reason, get into a habit of regularly checking your bank account. If it's too much every day to start with, do it twice a week or 3 times a week. For me, I've been doing it over a year, and I continue to do it every day because I'm learning a pattern of my finances and how my money moves. And when you see your money move, you can tell it what to do because it won't tell you what to do. You're like, oh, okay, I didn't know that was going to come out. I can adjust that. You know what I'm saying? You could just work with it, tweak it, And as the months go on, I have learned so much as far as changing different things and, categorizing different areas of what you have. And to me, it's all about, if I make mine look cute, I like to look at it. So yes, y'all, that's how you really want to start creating a budget, is you want to calculate your income. You want to track what you spend. You want to set some realistic goals. And you want to make a plan for that. And you want to adjust your spending to stay on budget. You gotta write down, y'all. It's all about writing it down, sitting down and wanting to do it. So this is how we are going to be creating a budget, and this is 6 steps to get you started. If you want to rewind the video and listen to it again, be more than welcome. But I really want to let y'all know about the Budget Mom. She has a really, really good budget worksheet for me. It works for me. I really, really like it because like I said, what I do is I go in and I'll fill out my budget for the month, and then I'll do my cash envelope breakdown. And I will come in and let y'all know exactly how I do mine on the next video. But yes, and she has the tracker here. And then also, I just print this off. I actually purchased it, and it's a digital. So yeah, and this is the monthly spending comparison from what you spent in August and July. So, and I also keep track of my credit score. I keep a track of my my debt and everything in my planner here. This is my budget planner for 2024. But I'm so excited, y'all. I just want to come and share with y'all how to create a budget. And so if y'all, I'm so excited for y'all. I'm excited for me because I want to help someone to be on this journey to become debt free and be financially, because I think a lot of people, with the way the world is now and the economy is a lot of people are getting so stressed out about finances and everything. And for me, I was like that 2 years ago, and it was really awful. I would cry because of money, and like, where am I gonna get it? Y'all, it's all about sitting down and writing it out. You got to create it. You got to be creative. You have got to be creative. So, like Dave Ramsey says, if you want to live like no one else, live like no one else. Personal finance expert, he says, if you're going through a tough financial period, you should budget for your four walls. And your four walls should be your food, your utilities, your shelter, and your transportation. Those four things come before anything. There's no, if you have clothes on your back, if you have shoes, there's no reason that you have to purchase unnecessary things. Live like that for a little while and see how your budget will become. Yeah, but that's all, y'all. That's all about creating a budget. So let's get on this and let's do this. Until the next time, I will see y'all. Y'all go be blessed. Thank you.